Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, subscribe for all the tea. Okay, we need to talk. Ice Cube just dropped what might be the worst movie of 2025. And I'm not being dramatic. It literally has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. 0. One critic said, and I quote, "Even with a Prime subscription, you have to sit through 2 minutes of ads to watch 90 more of what amounts to a feature-length commercial for all things Amazon. A commercial, y'all. But here's the plot twist. It's #1 on Amazon Prime. People are hate watching this so hard, it's breaking streaming records. So grab your popcorn because we're about to dive into this beautiful disaster. So picture this, July 30th, 2025. Amazon Prime just drops this movie out of nowhere. No marketing, no press tour, no red carpet premiere, nothing. The trailer came out 3 days before the movie. 3 days. Even Rotten Tomatoes didn't have a page for it until 2 days after it released. They're literally using the poster from the 1953 version because nobody made one for this movie. And get this tea, they filmed this movie in 2020, 5 years ago, during the pandemic. This movie has been sitting on a shelf somewhere collecting dust because nobody knew what to do with it. The tagline for the movie? It's worse than you think. They told us. They literally warned us in the tagline, and we still weren't prepared. So, what's the movie about? Ice Cube plays Will Radford, a Department of Homeland Security cyber analyst who watches the alien invasion, wait for it, through his computer screen. The entire movie is him sitting in a chair looking at monitors. It's what they call a screen life movie. Everything happens on screens, like Zoom calls, WhatsApp messages, security cameras. Imagine watching Ice Cube react to the end of the world like he's on a work call for 90 minutes. One reviewer said Ice Cube has 2 expressions, a resting scowl and nuclear overreaction. That's it. That's the whole performance. Y'all, the reviews are brutal. Currently sitting at 4% on Rotten Tomatoes with 27 reviews. 4%. Variety's Peter DeBruge went in. He said the movie shows Ice Cube grimacing into the camera with expressions like he's working through a reasonably urgent digestive ailment. Digestive ailment. They said this man looks constipated for 90 minutes. The Hollywood Reporter said, anytime Ice Cube witnesses a tragedy on screen, his reaction is very underwhelming. The biggest reaction he gives is when aliens delete his dead wife's Facebook page. That's the emotional peak of the movie. One critic called it a cinematic atrocity for the ages and said Ice Cube's phoned-in performance isn't even the worst thing, it's the rabid product placement for Amazon. Another review said it's the worst movie of 2025 with shoddy CGI effects, terrible acting, and a thinly written script with plot twists you see coming from 10 miles away. The Guardian called it silly shoddy and said Ice Cube looks like he's working through a reasonably urgent digestive ailment while staring at his computer. And here's my favorite quote. One critic said H.G. Wells is turning in his grave and called it a risible attempt to modernize classic science fiction by adding WhatsApp and political chicanery. But wait, it gets worse. This movie is basically a 90-minute Amazon commercial. There's literally a scene where the Amazon delivery guy saves the day. He tells Ice Cube, and I'm not making this up, I need you to place an official order on Amazon to activate the drone. What? The movie uses Amazon Prime, Amazon drones, Amazon delivery, everything Amazon. One reviewer said you have to watch 2 minutes of ads before watching what's essentially a feature-length commercial for Amazon. The irony? The movie is supposed to be criticizing surveillance and data collection, but it's made by Amazon, streaming on Amazon, and promoting Amazon products. Make it make sense. Ice Cube's character has access to all government surveillance. He can spy on anyone through any camera. But instead of this being scary, the movie makes it seem cool that Amazon has all this technology. World of Real called it a 2-hour Amazon commercial with muddled thematic intent. They're trying to warn us about surveillance while showing us how great Amazon surveillance is. One critic joked, when it comes to customer satisfaction, does Amazon's refund policy apply to stuff like this? Here's where it gets wild. Despite being absolutely destroyed by critics, this movie is #1 on Amazon Prime. According to Flix Patrol, it debuted in the top 10 in 34 countries. It beat out Heads of State with John Cena and Idris Elba. It's only behind The Summer I Turned Pretty for all content on Prime. In some countries, it's doing better than reruns of Wicked. People in South Africa apparently love it. But here's the question, are people actually enjoying it or just hate watching? Because the audience score is only 11–12%. Some viewers are calling it the perfect hate watch movie. One person tweeted a picture of Ice Cube and said Ice Cube throughout the entire War of the Worlds movie with him just sitting there looking confused. It's become what they call so bad it's good, like those old Mystery Science Theater 3000 movies. People are watching because it's terrible. One positive review, probably sarcastic, said, "From liberatingly fresh visuals to a heart-touching story, War of the Worlds is undoubtedly the greatest motion picture ever produced." They're trolling. But most audience reviews, literally the worst movie I've ever watched. So terrible. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Seriously, Ice Cube's War of the Worlds is absolutely just plain garbage. So how did this disaster happen? Let me spill the real tea. This was filmed in September 2020 during COVID. They used the screen life format so actors could film separately. Ice Cube was literally alone in a room talking to a computer. Producer Timur Bekmambetov made successful screen life movies like Searching and Missing, which made over $200 million. So Universal thought, let's do War of the Worlds like that. But here's the theory. This movie might not have been War of the Worlds originally. Some people think it was just called Untitled Timur Bekmambetov Project, and they slapped the War of the Worlds name on it to get views. The movie sat on the shelf for 5 years. Universal didn't know what to do with it. Then, somehow, it went from Universal to Amazon Prime, probably because Universal wanted nothing to do with it. Director Rich Lee was mainly a music video director for Eminem. This was his first feature film, and it shows. Ice Cube got paid for this in 2020 and probably forgot he even made it. Imagine getting a call 5 years later like, "Hey, remember that movie you made during lockdown? It's out now and everyone hates it." Even Amazon seems embarrassed. No marketing, no promotion, just quietly dropped it like maybe nobody will notice. Let's talk about Ice Cube's performance because the internet is having a field day. Critics say he reads like an uncouth street version of Ving Rhames wearing glasses to look smart. They gave him black-rimmed glasses like that would make him believable as a cyber analyst. His best line? When the aliens invade, he jumps out of his chair and shouts, "Take your intergalactic asses back home." That's the dramatic climax, y'all. People are saying this is the easiest paycheck Ice Cube ever made. He literally just sat in a chair and reacted to things on a screen. One scene has his house getting destroyed by aliens and he just goes, "No," not a scream, just a casual no, like someone ate his sandwich. There's a scene where his daughter is injured and about to be killed by aliens, so he hacks a Tesla in 10 seconds by typing master key on his computer. Master key, that's the hacking. The memes are everywhere. People posting pictures of Ice Cube looking bored with captions like "me in every Zoom meeting" or Ice Cube watching his career end in real time. Someone said Ice Cube has the emotional range of someone realizing the last ice cream sandwich has been eaten. Wild. So what's the damage here? Let's break it down. For Ice Cube, this is rough. He went from NWA legend to Friday classic to this. Some say it's dented his reputation as a reliable box office draw. Studios might think twice before casting him in big projects. For Amazon, they're getting roasted for the product placement, but they're also getting streams. Any publicity is good publicity? Maybe. For screen life movies, this might have killed the genre. Searching and Missing were great, but this shows you can't just slap the format on any story. For remakes, Hollywood needs to stop. H.G. Wells' story has been adapted successfully before. Spielberg did it in 2005. The 1953 version is classic. This proves not everything needs a modern update. Listen, y'all, I need to know, are you gonna hate watch this? Have you already seen it? Is it really as bad as they say, or is everyone just being dramatic and hating? Can a movie with 0% actually be entertaining in a so bad it's good way? Drop a comment. Should Ice Cube stick to comedies? Is this worse than any movie you've seen? And be honest, are you curious enough to watch it now? If you enjoyed this breakdown of this beautiful disaster, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and ring that notification bell for more Hollywood flops. Remember, it's streaming on Amazon Prime right now if you want to contribute to it somehow staying at #1. Just prepare yourself for 90 minutes of Ice Cube staring at a computer screen.